So this is my final video log for the Global Learning Project, and for the first question, I'm supposed to talk about what I learned about my own culture as a result of these interactions. I learned that Russians and Americans are very different in terms of how we live our everyday lives. Like for example, Russians, they don't like personal space, and whereas us Americans do. And another one is they're more open to others, and we tend to be more reserved and kept to ourselves. And something else was I learned that Americans can tend to be more friendlier than Russians because Russians don't believe in smiling at each other every day, and they also don't make eye contact when they talk to somebody. Like, they might maybe for a little bit, but they don't believe in like doing it constantly. And anyways, what did I learn about my partner's culture that I previously didn't know? And did I have any stereotypes of his or her culture that changed after the interactions? I learned a lot about Russia that I previously didn't know. I didn't realize, for instance, that Russia has winter all year round. I stereotyped that because the U.S. goes through all 4 season changes, that, all other cultures do that too. All other countries are just like that. Well, no. They have it all year round, and it gets to be 30 degrees or below. And also I learned that, like I noted before, they don't smile at each other all the time, and they don't make eye contact all the time when they talk to somebody, which makes them which to me is stereotypical anyway of someone that's not so friendly, because I'm used to smiling at people and making eye contact when I talk to them. It also helps to know that they're paying attention. Anyway, I also learned that in their school system, they have the same teacher for 5 years. And versus in America, we switch teachers every year when we're in school. I'm sorry if that didn't make any sense. And also, I learned that Russia has 33 letters in their alphabet, and America has Americans, as in our English language, we only have 26 letters. And also, there's not really anything stereotypical about this, but Russians don't wear regular clothes to school. They dress up in school uniforms, but other schools here in the U.S., require their students to wear school uniforms, so that wasn't that different. And also about the personal space, like, I've grown accustomed to having my own personal space, so it kind of shocked me to learn that Russians don't prefer that at all. And the third question is, how will these results of this project affect you as an MSU student? The ways it affects me is it helps me to realize more that every individual is different. Not all of us are the same. None of us come from the same cultural backgrounds, even in our own families. Even if some of us do grow up in the same country, we don't necessarily have the same background as another person that's sitting next to us or walking by us. It helps me to understand that every person is unique and has their own sets of differences, and everyone is different in terms of routines and daily lives, and it helps me to understand others better and treat them more as our equals. And number 4, what does global accommodation mean? Global accommodation, in my opinion, is when you set aside your differences with someone, and if they don't understand, like, for instance, the way that you believe, then you teach them your beliefs, and in that way take on a new learning ability, and that they compromise with your differences and account for your beliefs, differences, etc. And Julia and I demonstrated this through when she didn't understand my Pentecostal beliefs when her and I went to church at first. I had to explain to her how Pentecostals believe and before we went to the service, that way she would know what to expect. And also the second time action was when I taught her about the game of life, and she compromised on it by learning how to play it. So, anyways, this whole experience was really interesting and fun, and I really enjoyed learning more about Russia and about the background that Julia comes from. So yeah, thank you for keeping with my video logs, and I hope that you enjoyed them.